Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to deliver a message about the eclipses this month and everything that's happening so far this month. And if you're on my Instagram, I did put a message up yesterday about, I think it was yesterday, I can't even tell what days it is. Yeah, it was yesterday, where the energies have been really potent for the last few days, and many are struggling with, ascension symptoms, headaches and body aches, and maybe vertigo or just joint pain. A lot of emotions moving through the body at this time as well. So I just wanted to briefly talk about that before I go into the eclipses. So we have two powerful eclipses this month. We have two powerful eclipses. So there's a lot to talk about in March. There's so much going down in March. It's like, whoa, take a seat. Wow, get ready for March. It's so potent and so powerful that it's like a year in 1 month. That's how it feels. There's just so much going on in March. So we did the March energy update, but I wanted to go into the eclipses and why eclipses are so pivotal and life-changing for us, and also just very briefly about the last few days. So in my last video I talked about these energy waves. They were coming in, they started on the 22nd and they were building up to the 28th, and then the first weekend of March they were really, really powerful and strong. So people were feeling the energies of that wave the following week. So from Monday you may have been having symptoms, Sunday, Monday, or from the 28th around then you may have been feeling the symptoms really strongly. Headaches, some people getting vertigo, heart palpitations, spiritual flu, or feeling like exhausted. Lots of migraines I've heard about, and joint pains, finger pains, numbness in the fingers, pins and needles, all kinds of things we experience when we're going through an upgrade. Lots of emotions, so you may be feeling a lot of emotion of grief and sadness and loss coming up in your heart. So the heart has been heavy. You may be looking back at old cycles in relationships where, there was betrayal, deception, deceit. Old abandonment wounds might be coming up, or where you felt rejected, where you didn't feel you were powerful, and where you felt powerless, where you were not valued and respected. So all of that is coming up. Your self-worth is coming up, and just looking back at relationships. And we're going to be doing a lot of that this month because of Venus being in retrograde. We are looking at relationships and looking at what is a healthy relationship, and if we experience toxic relationships, what were the dynamics, what did we learn from them, what do we not want to repeat, where were the red flags, how was the imbalance in the relationship. So we're looking at our relationship with money, we're looking at our relationship with ourselves, we're looking at our relationship with others, because we're moving to a place of healthy relationships. We want to move to a place of healthy, wholesome, balanced relationships. So that's coming up for this month, to continue reviewing that, to see what's coming up for you, to let the old pain move through you. I felt I could see the fears coming up. Like from the bottom of the barrel, we've got emotions rising from the bottom of the barrel. Someone said that they were feeling from the cellular memories, the debris from the cellular memories is coming up. Yes, it's coming up because it all has to be moved out as these waves come in. Anything that is dense and dark, and any traumas inside of us, they come to the surface, and so we have to look at them and process them. We have to feel them to heal them and let them move through us. So whatever's coming up at this time, be compassionate with yourselves, be gentle with yourselves, make more time for rest, get out into nature, go for walks. Walks and nature really helps to balance the nervous system and balance the energies. Listen to high frequency music, sleep often, drink more fluids and water. So you're going to have to really take care of yourselves and create gaps in your diary, in your timetable, to do this processing, to rest when you need to rest, to sit and process your emotions, to cry when you feel like crying, because they need to move out. They need to move out. The universe is helping you to release these emotions so you can move into the next spaces of what's coming. So this week was intense for many souls, and one minute they're fine, next minute they're crying their eyes out. So I know it has been intense, and I've been feeling the energies as well. Like, I can feel what the collective is feeling. I saw the fear rise, like, whew, from the bottom, unexpected fear. I saw loss and grief and sadness in the heart, pain, the pain of all relationships and betrayal and abandonment, rejection, and the childhood wounds came up again to look at. So everything's coming up for us to look at again, to review it, to try and unpick it, understand the lessons, and then release it. Forgiveness is also important. If we don't let go and if we don't forgive the past, then we're still attached to it. So we're letting go, we're untangling ourselves, and we're releasing, we're detaching. Not detaching without learning the lesson, because if you detach before you've learnt the lesson, then you're going to repeat it with someone else. It'll just be a different face, a different person, same lesson, same energy. So it's really important that you don't detach too soon. You learn the lesson, you understand what the karmic lesson was, and then you move on so that you don't repeat it. Otherwise, the red flags will be there right from the word go in your next relationship. So it's really important to do the inner work so that you don't repeat the cycles again. So there's a lot of karmic clearing up at the moment, a lot of karmic closures, because it is a number 9 year. We're going back through the past with Venus retrograde and also Mercury going into retrograde. We're going to be doing a lot of reviewing and looking at where we didn't communicate our needs. Our needs are coming up, our primal needs. What are our primal needs? And I won't go into that because I went into that in the last video. But we are being called to look at everything this month, like everything. And the universe is not going to, universe is not giving us that time now, because the energies are quickening. The planet is moving, we are ascending, the entire universe and cosmos is ascending. So it's like, get on this light ship or else. It's like, this is your invitation, get on board and let's go. So, when I was going to the gym this morning, I was thinking of a metaphor for the eclipses. So we've got 2 eclipses coming. The lunar eclipse, which is on the 13th, and then we've got one at the end of March, I think the 29th. This is the cosmic divine shake-up, and also the cosmic invitation to step into the next part of your journey. And if you've been sitting in a space where you've been stagnant, like the metaphor I was seeing is, like, say you're going for a skydive, for instance. My kids, they're both going for a skydive when my daughter goes to Australia, they've signed up for a skydive. Imagine you're going for a skydive and it sounds like a great idea at the time. Like, yeah, I'll do that. I want to do a skydive. I want to go and do a skydive. And as it goes towards that time to do a skydive, you get cold feet and thinking, oh my God, what did I do? Like, why did I sign up for a skydive? I don't think I want to do it anymore. I think I'm really good now and I'm good where I am. I don't really want to go up there to 10,000 or 12,000 feet and jump out of a plane. Like, what was I thinking? But you've signed up for it and the date has come and you've got to get on that plane and you've got to go up into the sky, and the tandem skydiver is going to get you to the edge of the plane and you're going to be asked to jump, and you're sitting at the edge of the plane saying, no, I can't do it, I can't jump. And he's saying, no, you've got to jump. And you're having kittens and you've got all these fears coming up and you're saying, no, I can't jump, I didn't ask for this, I don't know why I'm doing this. So anyway, he pushes you out of the plane because you signed up for it, and you get pushed out of the plane, and next minute you're screaming your head off because you're going into a spin and it's just too chaotic. You don't want to look, you can feel your breath going, and then the parachute goes up and you're like, okay, I can see land and everything's calming down and I'm going to be okay. So that's really an example of the eclipses. The eclipses are the divine invitation. Like, you've called something in and you're sitting at this place where you're saying, I don't think I want that timeline anymore. Like, I don't think I can jump. I'm not sure if I can do it, actually. No, I'm not going to do it. And the universe says, well, it's too late. You've signed up for this. You've been calling it in all this time. And now you've got to jump. And you're like, no, 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 I can't jump. I can't jump. And Spirit says, yes, you can. Boof. And you get that divine push. So you might go through a tower moment. Something will topple and fall apart in your life, and universe is trying to get you into the right timeline and trajectory of where you're meant to be, where your destiny path is, and where your next soul expression lies. And at these choice points, fear comes up, all our old limiting beliefs come up, and our resistance comes up, and we try and hold ourselves back from jumping. But the jump is important because there's no more time. Like, you've called this in, and you're vibrating at that frequency, and it wants to come in for you. So Spirit is going to give you that push, and we get that push during the eclipses. We get that divine shake up and wake up and push through that doorway. So that's the cosmic invitation. Now, what I ask you to do in this month is to let go of your resistance, not fight the flow, and go with it. Just allow yourselves to flow. Trust the universe is going to deliver you to where you are meant to be. Trust what you've been calling in is a part of your divine alignment and the next part of your mission and journey. Don't fight it, because if you fight it, you're going to struggle. Like swimming upstream and the current is going down, and you're trying to go back up. No, 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 I didn't want this timeline. No, 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 I didn't call this in. Well, yes, you did. You called it in, and here it is. And so Spirit's trying to get you to that timeline. And you're swimming uphill. You're swimming upstream, saying no, no. So you're not only fighting the current, you're struggling, and you're not getting very far because you're trying to go back. But the water's going to take you the other way. The current's taking you the opposite direction. So in that moment, you've got to just surrender, trust the universe, and go with the tide, go with the flow, and trust that you will be delivered to where you're meant to be. So the eclipses bring that energy to us. They bring that timeline and that reality to us that we've been calling in. So if you have been stuck in places where you now are struggling to let go of, or you just cannot, you haven't got the courage to release it, might be a relationship or a job, or an old belief system or belief pattern, or where you're doing things out of obligation but it doesn't bring you joy, where you're not loving yourself and not listening to your needs, Spirit will come in and say, look at this again. And if you're meant to be in a different location at this time, you're going to get moved. And it's to trust the movement, trust that it's happening for you, and trust that the universe is trying to deliver you to your highest timeline, your highest expression of your soul, and also your highest joy. And when you land, you will look back at the eclipses and you'll say, thank you for pushing me out of my comfort zone and helping me do the thing that I couldn't do for myself. Sometimes we get stuck in relationships, or we get stuck in work situations, and we don't have the courage to leave, and then the universe gives us no choice and then you're moved, and then you look back and think, oh, thank goodness that happened, because if that hadn't happened, I would still be stuck there, and I'd be miserable, right? So this is where the universe is coming in to help you to get out of that situation and get moving again, get moving. And you can't stay stuck in this energy because it's so fast, it's moving fast, and you need to move with it. So trust the universe, trust the universe, trust the universe. That's the message. Trust the universe. It is a cosmic reset. We are going through a cosmic reset and recharging, rebooting. So March has got just so much energy in it. I mean, it's phenomenal. 2 eclipses. We've got the equinox as well, that balance point of light and dark on the 20th. And then we've got Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, and there's just all sorts of cosmic alignments this month. But it is helping us to get into alignment with our soul, our journey, our soul's journey, our heart's true desires, our primal needs and our primal desires, connecting with that part of us so that we can get into alignment with where we're meant to be. So you're going to see a lot of things being eclipsed out of your life, people being eclipsed out, old habits being eclipsed out, all kinds of things being eclipsed out. Even in the world, you're going to see the energy of eclipses. There may be some shocks there will be lots of shocks on the planet, lots of things coming out for us to see. This month will ask you to see the truths for what they are, like stop window dressing the truth. See truth for what it is, and when you can see the truth of what something is, then you can make changes. But until you're willing to see the truth, until we are willing to see our truth, we cannot change it, and we cannot honor it, and we cannot look at it and want different things for ourselves. So sometimes we wear a mask and we hold ourselves back from seeing our truth because we don't want to. Well, this month will not allow you to avoid it, ignore it. It will force you to look at it. So the shadow is coming up to be looked at. We cannot run from it. Everything has to come to the surface, and everything is coming to the surface at record speeds. We've had lots of trial runs, but now there's no more trial runs. This is it. It's like the roller coaster going to the top of the hill, right? And then it's just getting ready to go down. And that's what we're on. We're on this roller coaster ride. We're just going all the way up, and then it's going to go it's going to go all the way down. So and then we're going to go on an exhilarating ride where it's going to spin for a while, and then you're going to land and arrive at your destination. And 2 eclipses in 1 month is going to do that. So the Tower moments are coming. It's going to shift you onto your next level, to your next level of soul expression here on the earth, and what your soul has been calling in. So it's not just what the universe wants for you, it's what you've been calling in, but you haven't had the courage to follow through, or you haven't had the courage to fully commit to it, or you haven't had the courage to tell the people around you that you're not the same person anymore, that you've changed, that you want different things for your life. And so it requires having some difficult conversations sometimes to express your truth. People around you may not accept your truth. When some souls see you growing and wanting new things, it can trigger their insecurities and their wounds, and they can try and shut you down. They can also try and attack you as well at these times where their darkness comes up, and they blame you and they judge you for what you're doing and what you're desiring, because it's bringing up their own insecurities. And the only way that they can kind of rattle you or create doubt in your vision and in your mind is by telling you that you're not choosing correctly for yourself and others, that this is a mistake and you shouldn't really be going down this path, and what you're doing, have you thought about things? So they'll create fear and blocks and limitation for you to step forward, and then you might settle back and say, oh yeah, actually you're right. So you have to be resilient, you have to be strong, you have to be willing and committed to your vision, why you are here, what your soul is longing and calling in. And usually at eclipses, when you've got to move, when you're meant to be somewhere else, your entire energy field will tell you, it's like pulling you, and you will know it. It becomes impossible to stay where you are. The idea of staying where you are just feels too heavy. And so it's like to take a deep breath and to jump, to go and do the thing that you've got to do, that your soul wants to do, to liberate yourself more, to express yourself fully, and to show up for your soul in the most beautiful, poetic, and loving way that your soul wants to express. So being kicked out of your old timelines, I do say that for eclipses, they do kick you out of your old timelines if you've outgrown them, and if you're not meant to be there, the eclipses are going to come and kick you out of the timeline. We are going through a massive purification and cleansing to honor that space within you, not to scatter your energies this month, but to be more insular, to do the process work that is being called to be done, and let the guides support you through this time. So call in the guides to hold you, help you through your processes. That's really important. So I picked some cards, and I wanted to just connect. I wanted to get the Rumi cards today, and I have had that deck for so long, but I had them all in a cupboard, in a box somewhere, and I just found them, and I thought, no, these are perfect for today. And so these are the cards that came out. Dance of the Divine Feminine. Dance of the Divine Feminine. And this is the year of the Divine Feminine. She's dancing, and, we're trying to get back to the feminine energy. We're trying to create balance on the earth. It's a time to connect with our own feminine, our own creativity, and what our heart desires, what our soul desires, where we want to take our life, our dreams, our creative visions, our soul gifts, our soul, our heart, our compassion, our love. The dance of the Divine Feminine, she's rising through this time within all of us, and she's calling us back to the heart. So this is a really important year to get back to balance, and also back to the Divine Feminine, where we can express our true soul selves, our authentic selves in the world. So, getting beyond the ego and getting back to the heart. The second one came up was commitment. And this is a time to commit to your passions, your visions, your destiny, your true calling, why you chose to come back for this time, your commitment to yourself, your commitment to love, your commitment to New Earth, your commitment to your mission, all of it. You're being called to commit even deeper to what you've been calling in, and to show up for it. Like, my throat's going when I say that. That's interesting. To commit, to express, and to commit to your vision, and show up more fully. So the throat chakra might be coming up at this time. Yeah. God, my throat went completely dry there. Your throat chakra might be coming up at the moment to look at where you're holding yourself back from your expression. Celestial Rose of the Ma. Celestial Rose of the Ma. And this is the divine gift, the rose of the Divine Feminine, the rose of Divine Mother, to step into opening your heart, opening to love, opening to the possibilities that are available for your soul, and all that exists in the quantum and cosmic field for you. So she says, here's my gift, here's my love, open, come forward, step into love more, open your heart more. And here's the divine gift that is here. On the other side of the eclipses, there is a divine gift, you being in your alignment and on your aligned path, which is really beautiful. It's new beginnings. That's the energy of new beginnings. She's offering you a new beginning, and you will always have a new beginning on the other side of the eclipses, if you're willing to jump. And when you jump, you enter the garden of delights. You enter the garden of delights. There's just a whole new adventure, new souls that you are here to meet, that you're destined to meet, new communities, new places on the planet. Maybe you'll be more free and you'll travel more, a different way of thinking, of moving, being more fluid like water. At this time, we can't have, those days are gone where you have 10-year plans and 5-year plans. That time is gone. We're learning to live in the present moment. We're learning to live for now, like now, going where we want to go now, living in presence, in peace, and not saving our money for a rainy day, that one day I'll go on a world tour, one day I'll travel to this country. No, because we don't know the future. We don't know, but we can live for today. And this is what the energy is bringing us back to live for today, to live for now, to experience what you want to experience, and not just wait and save for a rainy day. There's no guarantee of anything, but we can live for today, and we can show up for today, and we can show up for our soul, and we can follow through and go to those places and do the things that we really want to do that excites our soul. So that's really important, to give yourself permission to do what you love to do. The divine invitation is here for you. It might require a shake up and a wake up, but the shake up is important to get you into place where you're meant to be, what you're meant to be doing, the souls you're meant to meet, and your next chapter and your new beginning. So close out those karmic chapters, prepare yourselves for the eclipses, allow the shake-ups and wake-ups, and if you know you're meant to be somewhere else and you get a shake-up, that's the universe inviting you through a doorway to enter the Garden of Eden, where you will have the Garden of Eden, the Garden of Delights, where your next new chapter awaits you. It may feel a bit tumultuous when you're going through it and you're spinning like the skydiver in the sky, but then you will get to that place of stillness where the parachute goes up and you're just free-flowing in the air, and you can see everything from a higher vibration of why you had to go through what you did, what the lesson was, and where you now sit in your new chapter and your new beginning, and ready for a new journey with new souls, more love, more alignment of your soul, more authentic expression of you, and living as your true self on the earth, doing what you came here to do, being the master, becoming the embodied master that you were always meant to be, and living in more truth and alignment. So no more deception of yourself, no more lies to yourself, no more hiding from your truth, but living authentically and being your true self. And that's what we're getting back to, and that's what this time is about. So just tune in and see what's coming up for you for the eclipses for this month. Be gentle with yourselves. It's such a potent, powerful month. Rest when you need to. Listen to your heart and soul. Sit with yourselves. Journal often. And move through this month without looking too much outside, but more inwards. Because it's an amazing opportunity to get into alignment at this time. So that was really the eclipses. It's going to be interesting, so I will come back on for the equinox and share the energy of the equinox, and whenever I'm guided this month, I'm sure I'll be on many times this month because it is that kind of month. So yes, it's intense. So those were the cards, those were the messages. We are coming together for the Temple Path of the High Initiate. We've done a 10-week journey. We've got the last 2 weeks left. And guess who's coming in for the equinox? On Thursday the 20th, we've got Thoth coming in. And we've got him coming in for... he's coming in for the eclipse on the 13th. And he's coming in for the equinox on the 20th. So we have 2 sessions left for Thoth. And he's coming in for both of them, so we're going to end it on a high. So if you want to join us, the link is going to be below in the description box. And if you want to join us for our retreats, our Glastonbury retreat is out. It's filling up fast, and our Peru retreat will be going out in the next week or so. We will open registrations for that. So see what guides you. We're going back to the heart this year, and we're going to the womb of Mother Earth, and that's where we are being called to take the energies and the energetics. So I hope you're doing well. I hope you're taking care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. I'll see you on the next video.